Oh, hey! I didn't see you come in there. Don't you ever knock? And yes, I'm reading this book with my sunglasses on in my games room. So what? So, a couple of things to talk about here today. The first thing is, I know a few of you noticed my last video caught some traction there. At the time of this recording, my last video talking about basically parents and how they force their kids into hockey. It fell flat. I didn't get a lot of views when I first put it out, but then I did notice last night in the midnight hour, all of a sudden the video had like 1,000 views, and then as of right now it's about 4,500. But I noticed I wasn't really getting a lot of comments, so I'm like, what the hell? So I checked my analytics on my dashboard, my YouTube dashboard, and it was showing that my video was being recommended. So I'm like, that's cool. Maybe, the sort of people and blogs type video that I've posted, maybe I'm on to something. Maybe this is the direction that my channel needs to go. No, 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 no. So what happened, I found out this evening, there's a national news story, at least in Canada here, involving a female that has come forward with sexual assault allegations towards some professional Canadian hockey players. So obviously my video's got the word Canadian in it and hockey. So it just so happens the one day I choose to post a video that has nothing to do with gaming is the same day that a big news story broke involving Canadian hockey players. So that's why that video got 4,500 views, I imagine. So it probably came up in, people's recommendations. They didn't really watch the video. It may have shifted over onto their auto playlist and maybe they clicked off on it. So, yeah, so you see it's got 4,500 views, but it doesn't really, to me anyways, it doesn't mean a whole lot because I don't think a lot of people watched the video. But that's okay. That's neither here nor there. I just wanted to explain to you guys why that video kind of shot up through the stratosphere. And what's weird is I got a healthy boost of subscribers, but when I go into my YouTube dashboard to try to see, details on who has subscribed, I can't see it. So I don't know. Maybe it takes a couple days to appear. So yeah, so that's what's going on with that. If you put out a random video like I did, it's a crapshoot. You might latch onto something that's a fresh trending topic, and I just kind of got lucky, I guess, with that. But I don't know if that helps the channel or hurts it, because if 4,500 people clicked on the video and then clicked off and didn't watch it, I didn't get a lot of view time there. I don't care, really. It's just a hobby channel. I just wanted to be upfront and honest with you guys with regards to what's going on with the crazy views on that video. So today we're going to talk about something that I have talked about off and on over the last couple of years. I wanted to talk about it again here. And we're talking about your backlog of video games, your back catalog of games. It can either be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. And the reason why I say that is because, we're living in an age where, yes, video games are at an all-time high as far as reselling is concerned, the retro market. But, let's be honest here. You can still get quite a few games on the cheap. A lot of the older PlayStation 2 games and the original Xbox, maybe to a lesser extent, I find that's on a resurgence right now, to be honest with you. You can still find them fairly cheap. It's not out of the realm to pick up a PS2 game. It's just sometimes when you're looking for the best ones, that can be a little bit pricey. But even still, even let's skip forward to the PS3 as an example. I can find some of the best titles on that system all day. Dirt cheap, $4, $5. Uncharted 2, the original Uncharted. There's so many good games on the PlayStation 3. But I have the same problem that I'm sure a lot of you guys have. And to my credit, I've done my best to sort of pump the brakes on it. But I was always buying and buying and buying, and I had a list of games I wanted for my collection. And then it just gets to the point where you're staring at games in your collection that you've had for 4, 5, maybe 6 years that you haven't even touched yet. But yet you're still buying more games. So, like I said, to my credit, I've sort of pumped the brakes on it. I've been really good. Most recently that new game, The Quarry, came out, and I like those types of games. But I'm not gonna run out there and buy that, no sir, because I got way too much other stuff to play. Same goes for buying a Xbox Series console. I really would like to have one. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna pump the brakes on that and wait for a revision. But I wasn't an early adopter on that as much as I really wanted to buy one when it first came out. But I'm not here to toot my own horn. I have a ton of games in my backlog that I'm looking at right now that I haven't touched. And it's not good. It's not good to be laying an egg sitting on games that are collecting dust. It's not good at all. So, I say that because I see a lot of you guys out there that are in the same sort of predicament. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but there are some certain YouTubers out there, they're constantly buying more and more and more and more games, and then they'll buy a game and they'll put it on for 5-10 minutes. They'll do a pickup video or a let's play video, and then they'll shelve the game and they don't go back to it. It's not good. It's not good at all. So, the way I'm looking at it right now is I need to just come to terms with what I have, play what I have, enjoy what I have, beat some of these games, and maybe thin out the collection with some of the games that I beat that maybe I don't think I'll play again, depending on the title. Maybe sort of thin out the collection so I can bring more games into the collection. But gosh, I don't know. I'm just I see a lot of you guys out there that are buying brand new games, which is fine, don't get me wrong. But if you're like me and you're sitting on a load of games that you haven't touched, I mean, you really got to ask yourself. Like you said, those games are there to be your friend, to comfort you when you need something to play. But it could end up being your worst enemy if they're sitting there on the shelf staring at you and you're not playing them. And they're screaming at you, play me, play me. Why are you ignoring me? So, yeah, I don't know. I always have that itch to buy another game, too. Like, I was looking at one yesterday. There's a new F1 2022 that came out for the PS4 and the Xbox and the PC. I've never played any of the F1 games before. And I wasn't going to go out and buy the brand new one, but I was looking at last year's F1 2021. This is a game done by Codemasters, and it looks really good. So I was thinking about picking that up. Of course, there's another game that I've been looking at on the PS4, Drive Club. There's been a couple of racing games that I've been looking at. You guys know how I am with my racing games. And then, of course, the new games that are coming out next year. We've got the sequel to The Outer Worlds. I'd really like to play that. Alan Wake 2, Starfield, the list goes on. So I have all these games I'm looking at. But can I really justify buying all these games when I have, like I said, games on my shelf here that I haven't touched in over 4 years? It's fucking embarrassing. Need to make less YouTube content and play more games. That's the problem. But yeah, I don't know. Like, we all have periods in our life where we might have more downtime than others, or you might be extremely busy where you just don't have a lot of time to play games. I've been pretty busy lately, to be honest with you. I hope to have some downtime in the next upcoming weeks. But it kind of goes back to what I was saying. You have these big open world epic adventures that beg to be, delved into. But those games. They take a real commitment and take a lot of time. And when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, it would be a lot easier to sit down and play a Red Dead Redemption 2. Whereas now I got more things going on in my life, other responsibilities and stuff. So lately I find it's these quick pick up and play experiences like the Sega Genesis. You guys see me doing my speed runs of Outrun and virtual races because my time's been kind of limited lately, and those are quick bursts of gameplay where I can play it for a half hour, 45 minutes, and walk away. Whereas when I look at a game like, I hate to keep using it as an example, but Red Dead Redemption 2, or even the original Red Dead Redemption, or maybe The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, or Cyberpunk, these massive adventures, they take up years of your life. I know even some of the smaller games that shouldn't take that long to beat, that are like 12, 13 hour playthroughs, they take me like 3-4 weeks. I played, what was it on the PS4 there, Blair Witch. I thought it was a really good game. I liked it a lot. And yeah, that took a couple weeks to beat. And I played through the original Uncharted last year, and that took me a couple months to beat. So I guess it just depends on what's going on in your life. But if you're sitting on a huge backlog of games, you might need to ask yourself that question. Should I be buying more games, or should I just be content with what I have? And at least try to finish some of the games you have in your backlog before you start reaching for that brand new title at the shelf at Walmart. Well, I don't have to worry about that, right? Because I only buy my games at the thrift store. I'm dirt poor, so I'll never buy brand new games. So yeah, that was my rant. I just wanted to sort of talk about it a little bit to get the discussion going, because I know it's a big problem, and I'm not innocent. I'm not going to start rhyming off titles here, but I'm looking at a bunch right now that I've had for a couple of years in my collection. I know one in particular that I bought brand new was the Resident Evil Chronicles, I think it's called, or the HD collection for the Xbox One. And man, I got into Resident Evil remake, and I got pretty far into that. But the other game that's on that disc there, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. Is it Resident Evil 0? I think that might be it. I never really got into it. I never even tried it. Like I played it for like 15 minutes, and I'd like to go back and play it. I was playing Doom Eternal, and I got pretty far into that, and I walked away. I was playing Super Mario Bros. Wii, and I got not too far into that, and I walked away from it. So there's so many games that I pick up and I play and I walk away from because I'm constantly grabbing other titles. And right now the one I've been playing a lot is Ferrari Challenge. But I walked away from that the other night, and I ended up putting on Forza Motorsport 4 for the Xbox 360. But I haven't even finished playing Horizon Chase Turbo yet. Oh my god! So yeah, that's it. That's it for me. That's it. That's my rant. Let me know in the comments below. Are you guys constantly, you got a monkey on your back? Do you have a devil on one shoulder and an angel on the other? You don't know what games to choose from, and you're constantly fighting this back catalog of games? Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great night.